Hey there, friends and enemies, JoPaWrites here again, and today the Telesto mystery deepened in Destiny 2. So if you didn't know, yesterday there was a change to Telesto that a lot of people thought was a glitch, myself included, and now it seems to have been changed even further. So yesterday it would shoot its bolts into the air and they would kind of float away depending on where you shot them. Now if you shoot them to a target, you'll see them actually start to bounce up and attack different targets, as you can see, almost like a firework effect, which I think is really cool, and I would love to see that be the permanent mode for Telesto. But that's not all that happened. So not only do we have the Telesto changes that are interesting to the gun itself, and after 2 days now we've seen 2 different changes, so I wonder if we'll see a third one. We also had a message in-game pop up as soon as you log in, guiding you to the Destiny the Game Twitter. Basically, it was saying that Telesto is taking over. So with that, Telesto has been tweeting on the Destiny account, and it's been pretty interesting. So this season, there was a lot of talk about there being a community event, and that was in the data miners, which I try not to pay attention to, but I saw afterwards that people were talking about. So by and large, I think it's interesting that there could be still a community event, because I think a lot of people are at this point somewhat disappointed by what's happened. We only got some changes to Telesto. We only got some things on the Twitter account. Nothing for us really to do in game. However, I don't think all hope was lost. I think there's a very good chance we could still see something else happen. Now, what that is remains to be seen, but we've seen Telesto change twice already. One of the big question marks is, will we see it change the third time? If so, will that lead into an event either on Friday? We've seen that happen sometimes with events or secret quests happening on a Friday, or next reset where we have a lot of potential for something to happen, because we do still have 2 weeks. And normally I thought it a little odd that we left several weeks between the end of Festival of the Lost and the beginning of the next season, season 19. However, a community event or something of that nature that gets the community doing something and being active at the end of the season would be absolutely vital, in my personal opinion. It would definitely spark everyone to get on. Already we're seeing people go absolutely crazy testing Telesto on a bunch of different locations to try to get them to see if it actually is going to change what is happening and trigger that community event. So I don't know. I hope people don't get their hopes up too much. I'm not counting on something else happening, anything too crazy personally, but I would love to see something, and there's still the opportunity that happens. I will also say I'd love seeing a bunch of people running Telesto in things like Catch Crash, because every time I've been running this event this week, I've seen Telestos all over the place, which has been fantastic to see, to be honest. And not only that, if you haven't done your Telesto Catalyst, now's the perfect time. And this is almost the perfect week of Catch Crash to do this, because the way the boss is and everything, it's lined up perfectly to farm kills with Telesto and just watch its projectiles fly around. So overall, my expectations for any type of community event are fairly low. We've gotten a couple in Destiny before. We had like Niobe Labs, which I think was a cool puzzle, but not really something a lot of casual players could really get invested in until it was already solved. And then we have something like the event where we watch the Rasmussen and the Warmind send off some of the missiles towards the last city, the defense, all that kind of good stuff. And that one was obviously one that took a long time with a payoff that not everybody was thrilled about. So I don't know. I think people get a little carried away when it comes to these community events. Like, almost as though they believe a lot is going to happen when it's really not going to be anything too crazy. It's just going to be a fun little thing for the community to get excited about, spend their week kind of looking into it, testing Telesto, trying the new gun, the way it works, and just have fun with it. But instead, everyone expects some grand mission and something that I think is going to be way more involved than we've ever seen Bungie actually follow through on. So that's really where I'm not sold that's going to be the case. So we'll have to wait and see. Overall, I'm still enjoying what they've done and the mystery of it, and I'm hopeful that it will lead to something else, even though I'm not expecting it to lead to anything too crazy personally. I'd love to hear from you guys, though. What do you guys think is going to happen with this community event? Do you think it's going to be something that the whole community is going to be gathering around to solve? Or do you think it's just going to be pretty standard fare, or is it even going to happen at all? That's the question. So, I don't know. I just love to hear everybody's thoughts on it, because I wish there was more to do with Destiny right now. But to be honest, this is when I take my break every year, typically, and I only play a little bit. I think the time period between like about 8 months after the last expansion is the time that's perfect for most people to take that break, because we're not really hyped up for Lightfall yet, but we're also far enough from Witch Queen that things are gonna feel a little bit stale, and even a big community event is probably not gonna bring everyone back for an extended period of time, but it will get people talking. So as we've seen from this Telesto interaction, the community goes crazy when stuff like this is teased. It is kind of out of control and just shows how dedicated the fan base is to this game whenever there's something new that people are excited about. I'm going to show you how to farm the Telesto right here, and it's going to be an absolute blast. I love this so much, and I've been really having a good fun. I wish more weapons would get this kind of treatment. I know that's kind of impossible, but like it actually makes a lot of sense to give a reason to revisit the various exotics that we really probably wouldn't use traditionally anymore, just because we have so much cool new things. Now, the reason I'm spending this, if you didn't know, this week you can actually do this if you need your 15 different first mate crewmates done, because it is very easy to just kind of spam that and get that done. That's still a glitch that's been in since the season started and has not been changed, which I'm kind of grateful for, because it makes those challenges really, really simple. Just a little tip in case you guys didn't know. That's the only downside to wearing Heart of Inmost Light, is you really don't get any kind of utility from your super, but like that's the ultimately where I stand on this event. Is so far I'm having fun with it. I think there's a lot of reason to be looking forward to the potential of an event, but I just don't know if I can fully count on it 100% happening right now. But even if not, you can still enjoy using Telesto for a little bit. Get your catalyst finished if you haven't already, and enjoy Destiny as much or as little as you want right now. My name is JoPaWrites. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And stay tuned for all my Destiny content leading into Season 19. I'm really going to ramp things up once again. I'm very excited about that. I hope you have a good one, and I'll catch you all later.